Did you know the US Navy once tried to make a warship invisible? They called it Project Rainbow. It was 1943, wartime desperation, secret science, and a dream of bending nature itself. But what happened on that day in Philadelphia was no dream. The USS Eldridge sat moored in the naval yard, its hull gleaming under morning light. Inside, the engine room buzzed with energy. Copper coils pulsed with faint green glow, wires coiled like veins through the ship. The air hummed, thick, heavy, like the ship itself was alive. Sailor Jack Donovan ran his hand across a cable and smirked. "Guess we are about to disappear, boys." Laughter followed, but it was uneasy. Jack and Miller exchanged glances, one joking, the other pale. They'd heard rumors, talk of Einstein's unified field theory, of bending light and gravity together, making a ship vanish. But no one told them what it would cost. The coils screamed to life. A low vibration shook the ship, rattling bolts and bones alike. The light turned green, blinding, unnatural. Metal groaned, air shimmered, and for a heartbeat, time stopped. One sailor's scream stretched and warped, echoing through dimensions. Then, silence. The USS Eldridge vanished in a flash of emerald fire. Only rippling water and an echo remained. Hours later, fishermen spotted something in the fog near Norfolk, a shadow flickering in and out of existence. The Eldridge reappeared with a sound like tearing metal. The sky went still. The ship glowed faintly green, silent, wrong. When rescue crews boarded, they found silence and horror. Bodies twisted, eyes blank, skin humming with static. One man stood staring at nothing, whispering words no one could hear. Another was half melted into the steel wall. A man's torso was part of the bulkhead, his ribs welded to steel, his mouth moving in silent screams. Another's arm jutted from the wall, fingers twitching weakly. The air smelled of burnt metal and ozone. The survivors were taken away, silent and trembling. Those who lived spoke of endless corridors and whispering voices. They said the experiment didn't make the ship invisible. It tore a hole in time. Now, when fog rolls in over the Delaware River, locals swear they see it, a glowing outline of a warship drifting silently, the hum of electricity in the air, a whisper of voices from another world. Sometimes, if you listen closely, you can still hear them. The lost crew of the Eldridge, calling through the fog. "Help us, please." Their voices echo from a place between worlds. And something looked back. The Navy denied everything. Records burned. Names erased. A week after the ship's reappearance, the surviving crew were taken to a secret Navy hospital. White walls, no windows, only the hum of fluorescent lights. The doctors said they were safe, but the sailors whispered otherwise. Jack Donovan lay awake, staring at the ceiling as green static shimmered faintly under his skin. Every time he blinked, he saw flashes, the deck twisting, faces screaming from steel. He pressed his hand against his chest and swore he felt the ship's metal heartbeat pulsing beneath his ribs. Doctors in white coats gathered behind one-way glass. They spoke in hushed tones about magnetic residue, brainwave irregularities, and temporal echoes. One nurse quit after seeing a sailor's reflection moving a few seconds too late. Every night, Jack dreamed of the ocean swallowing him whole. He heard the ship calling, a low metallic hum beneath the waves. Then faces appeared in the dark water, whispering his name. When he woke, his bedsheets were damp with salt water. One by one, the survivors vanished. Guards reported flickers of light, a faint electric pop, and an empty bed. Only the smell of ozone remained. The Navy sealed the ward. Files marked top secret disappeared the next day. Jack was the last one left. They sat him under a bright light in a steel interrogation room. He trembled, eyes wide, as a Navy officer leaned forward. "What happened on that ship?" the officer demanded. Jack's voice cracked. "It wasn't us that disappeared. It was reality." He lifted his hand, and part of his arm shimmered, fading in and out like static. That night, alarms blared through the base. The lights flickered green, then black. When power returned, the security footage showed something crawling out of Jack's hospital room, something metallic and human. By dawn, the facility was silent. Doors hung open, rooms empty, coffee cups still steaming. A lone radio crackled in the mess hall, a faint whisper repeating over and over, "Eldridge, Eldridge, Eldridge." Weeks later, a fishing crew near Delaware Bay reported finding a life raft. Inside, a single man, unshaven, eyes wide open. He whispered one sentence before dying, "They're still inside the walls." Now, decades later, sailors still report strange readings near Philadelphia when the fog thickens. Radars flicker, compasses spin, and sometimes, a voice breaks through the static, a man whispering, "It's not over." On quiet nights, when the fog rolls in, some say the Eldridge sails again, its spectral crew searching for home, caught forever between time and death.